Hello, Internet! How are you doing? I have been a mess. So I am graduating next week with my undergrad degree. Woo! Super excited about that, kind of. But I hate online classes, and of course everything was transferred over to remote classes because of all of the lockdowns and quarantines and precautions. I am not an online class kind of person. I do so much better if I can go to lecture in person and ask questions and have like structured meeting times and things like that, and I don't do super well at giving myself that kind of structure, like, hey, from 8 in the morning till noon, we're gonna work on homework and we're gonna get so much done. No, I am so terrible at that. Really, honestly, truly awful at giving myself that kind of structure. And that's like all we can really do right now. Because even though I work at a hospital and am essential, because I'm PRN or per request needed, I'm not guaranteed any hours and I have no PTO. And because they moved everyone out of the hospital who didn't need to be there, and any non-emergency or urgent procedures or elective procedures or anything like that were pushed back and rescheduled. Patient count went way down. They weren't allowing visitors, so even on like the cafeteria side, people using the cafeteria went way down, so they were just cutting back on staff. And since again, I'm not guaranteed any hours, I was one of the first people to just not be scheduled, so I still have a job technically. I'm just not really getting a whole lot in the way of hours right now, which is kind of crap. It just sucks, like, financially, especially because I'm gonna be moving. I got matched with an internship slash master's program out in Missouri. I currently live in Colorado. So in July, I'm going to be moving, and that is going to be really interesting because I have never lived in a different town from my immediate family. And right now, my dad is the only one in town because my sister, she's older, so she lives in Kansas. She is Air Force, so is her husband, and they just have a cute little baby. So I'm actually gonna be closer to them, which is really exciting because I really want to get to see my niece more. She's so flippin' adorable. She started walking recently too. She's walking like full time now. She's almost a year old, and she's a super cute, spunky little sassy redhead. Oh, she's so adorable. So I'm really looking forward to being closer to them. I'll only be 4 hours away instead of 8 hours away, so that makes like a weekend trip over there a lot more possible, especially if I bring my homework. I can just spend a couple hours on homework in the morning and then spend some time with the baby and get to actually like see more of my sister, which I haven't in a couple years. She moved out right when she turned 18, and she's 25. Yeah, 25 now. So yeah, we haven't lived in the same state for like 7 years. So we just haven't gotten to see a whole lot of each other in that time, which is a huge bummer because I love my sister. She's my only sibling and she's awesome. So yeah, she hasn't lived with me in a very long time, and my mom is currently in Italy for school, getting her second master's degree. Yeah, so she's over in Italy, which has been really interesting with Italy having such a high amount of cases and all the like severe precautions and lockdowns and restrictions that they've had. So yeah, she has been cooped up in her apartment with her classmate, who's her roommate. So yeah, she's been, and she's fine, like she's not sick or anything. Yeah, but they can't go out unless they're like getting food pretty much. So yeah, she's even been like stopped a couple times and like asked for like her papers or something, which I'm like, what papers are you even carrying around and how do they issue them to people while you're in quarantine? I don't know. Anyways, it doesn't matter. But normally she would be living here with my dad, in their house, and did for several years, obviously. Like, she's only been in Italy for about a year because she had a 3-semester long, program, so year and a half. So she is getting closer to being done with her schooling herself. Anyways, so far off from the point. I have never, so I went to high school here in Colorado, and then after high school, obviously I was like, I don't want to live with my parents anymore, which I still don't. Like, I would move back in with them if I didn't have to, just because I like having my space and being independent and not being told to unload the dishwasher constantly, which I'm really bad at. Yeah, so I briefly lived with them 2 years ago after breaking up with the person I was dating previously, because we were sharing an apartment. Yeah, and I was the one who was like, nope, I'm out. So I moved back in briefly before for a while before I started dating the person that I'm dating now. So now we have our place. But I've always been like in the same town. You know what I mean? Like I've always been like 20 minutes away from my parents tops. So it's gonna be really different, I think, living like completely away from any immediate family. Like I don't know anyone in Missouri. I don't, like not a soul. So that is going to be interesting. Very different experience. I'm gonna have roommates. I'm gonna have at least 3 roommates, possibly 4. It's a 5-bedroom house that I'm going to be renting a room out of. It's gonna be right across the street from the campus that I'll be attending. So that is really nice. I'm hoping to never spend any money on gas at all, ever. I'll just walk everywhere if I can, besides like the grocery store and stuff probably. Because yeah, I don't really want to carry a whole bunch of groceries back to my house, especially since I like ice cream and it's gonna melt. So yeah, that'll be really different, and I think it'll be good. I think it will be a good chance for me to just develop a lot more like independency and adulting skills. Like for example, like something that's really stupid and shouldn't be like as big a deal as it is. I don't like going to the grocery store alone. I feel really like awkward doing like a big shop, not even like a big shop, like just like your weekly grocery shop by myself. I feel so weird doing that, and I don't like it. And I'm like, that's like, Kat, that's so freaking dumb. Like what? I'm fine like running into the grocery store and grabbing like snacks or like 2 or 3 things for myself, but like doing like a big shop where it takes you like, I don't know, half an hour to an hour to go get like everything you're gonna need for the next week or maybe even the next like month. I don't want to do that alone. Okay, so my parents still buy my groceries and gas because I'm a spoiled child. I'm a broke college kid. So they've been so incredibly supportive throughout my undergrad work and everything. It's really, yeah, I'm very lucky in that. I also got a full ride scholarship for my undergrad. So I am in the pretty rare and incredibly lucky position of going into my grad work debt-free. Like I have no student loans. That's amazing. That doesn't happen very often, especially because I did 5 years of undergrad because I switched majors after my first 2 years and I had to do a little bit of catching up. So yeah, very, very lucky to be in the position that I am in, but it's also gonna be very different not having that support financially and just like emotionally. Even if, you know, like I don't need to go to my dad's house to like talk about our feelings or whatever, it is still very comforting, like having someone you could go to if something like bad were to happen, or if you would like really were in a like financially tough spot, or like, you know what I mean, like just having someone in town that like if things like really went south, like I could go live with him, you know what I mean? Like it's gonna be very different not having that kind of safety net in town, I guess. So yeah, I think it'll be good. I think it'll be good for me to just kind of be on my own and learn how to be a fully functioning adult, mostly on my own, because I don't really expect my roommates to be like grocery shopping with me or anything like that. Yeah, so that's exciting. But anyways, today, it's a Saturday. All the days are blurring together. It's a Saturday. Finals week is next week. I'm not super worried about any of them. So one of them we don't even have a final for because it's practicum. There is no final. You just have to turn in all of your hours that you've done and all your evaluations on your preceptors, and they turn in evaluations on you, and you turn in all your projects and all that kind of stuff. So there's no final for it. So I'm already done with practicum. Yay! That's awesome. We have a final for medical nutrition therapy. It's 150 points. If I got a 0, like if I just didn't take the final, I would still get a C+ and pass the class and graduate. So I'm really not stressing about that one. I don't want to not take it and get a C+ because I would like to have an A- or an A. So obviously I'm still going to take it, but I'm not stressing about it because even if something goes like really wrong and I really bomb it and I even like only get like a 50% on it or something, I'm still going to be graduating. I'm still going to be just fine. Not how I'm planning on going out in that class, but if it happens, I will be okay. Obesity and weight management is a fairly easy class because I'm a nutrition major. So a lot of the stuff in it, like I've seen before, and I've had the teacher before as well. So I know his testing style, and we even had a few assignments that were the same ones I've done in his classes before. So that one will also be fine. I'm just like a little bit worried about advanced nutrition test just because yeah, we haven't had any real like support for that class since all the like remote learning has started. It's take home, so it's not like it's going to be timed or on like a lockdown browser or anything. But he hasn't put up any like slideshows or like Panopto recordings, recorded lectures, or anything like that. Yeah, so I don't know how that one's gonna go. I have an A in that class. I have an A in all my classes right now, except for practicum. The only thing that's graded for our practicum right now are our journals that are only like 10 points a piece every 2 weeks, and I missed one of them, and so literally that is like pulling my grade down to a B right now in that class. But hopefully, with all the other projects and everything getting graded, I'm hoping that I'll get full marks on some of those, or at least high marks on those. So I don't expect practicum to stay a B. We'll see. We'll see what happens. My arm is getting tired. Okay, so we'll see what happens in practicum. MNT I'm not worried about. Obesity and weight management I'm not worried about. Advanced I'm a little bit worried, just because I don't really know. I'm not confident with the material that I'm going to be tested on, because it's literally just like read the textbook and read articles that he's linked. I much prefer lecture style learning. Like, I don't want to just like read and regurgitate, but you know, it's weird times, so whatever works, you know, as long as I still pass the class, everything's gonna be fine. Anyways, enough about school. I have been a stressed, kind of depressed mess during this quarantine. I am incredibly social. So not being able to see my friends at school, not being able to see my coworkers at work, not being able to see my friends in town for anything has been really rough. I've been feeling pretty like lonely and isolated. I mean, I live with my boyfriend, and it's I don't know what I would be doing or feeling right now if I like lived alone during this time. Just because I am very extroverted, I'm very social, I love people, certain people. There's definitely a lot of stupid people out there that make me really mad, but I really, like, at my core, I still very much am a people person. I'm a social creature, like, very, very social person. So it's been really rough, and kind of, again, just depressing? I don't want to say, like, I have, like, been depressed, because I know there are people, like, with clinical depression who are probably really having a very trying time right now, so I really don't want to try and, like, compare struggles or anything, but it's been hard emotionally for me. Okay, we'll just say that. Especially, like I said, just having that lack of structure. When I don't have that, I tend to just kind of like wallow in bed all day, especially because I can't go to the gym right now. If I could go to the gym, oh my gosh, it would be so much better, because I love working out. I have an athletic background, so literally like not having some kind of workout right now is like, it's very odd. And I've been trying to like motivate myself to do at-home workouts, but it just hasn't been happening. I haven't had a lot of motivation to do anything, so any like bit of motivation that I have has been going towards schoolwork, because that is my top priority right now, is to freaking graduate already, dude. So it's been a little bit weird. But anyways, today I wanted to get back on track a little bit, so I wanted to do some meal prepping. That's one other thing that has been stupid. Is we've been eating out a lot, like fast food places, like drive-through places, which is dumb because I'm not like making as much money because I'm not getting hours, and I'm spending all this food like eating out, and now I feel like crap because I've been eating like fried, oily, greasy food for the past 3-4 weeks. So I haven't been feeling great because of that. I haven't been doing great emotionally just because I've been feeling very like isolated. So yeah, I need to get back on track, and I really do want to start doing some kind of like at-home workouts, and it's getting to be really lovely outside lately, so I think I am going to maybe do some stuff outside. Not today, but after finals, which is next week, and I have all my finals on Tuesday and Wednesday, so I'll be done, oh my god, in 5 days, holy shit. In 5 days, I will be done with 5 years of undergrad. That is... I have a lot of feelings. That's one other thing, too, that was really, like, really a bummer about this pandemic, which sounds so dumb. Like, oh, it's such a bummer. Like, people are dying. Like, it's rough out there. Anyways, but one of the other, like, added layers of crappiness to this pandemic, aside from people dying, people losing their jobs, things happening that no one would wish on anyone, you know what I mean? No one wants that. for any of us. But one of the other crappy things is we don't get to walk for our graduation, which really sucks because, again, I've spent 5 years working on this degree, so it really does suck that we don't get to take part in that tradition and have that moment, invite your family out and everything. But I'm still hoping to do like a barbecue or something with just my family in June. We'll see what the recommendations and everything are looking like. We'll see. If it is going to be like safe and not like a really stupid idea, then I'll want to do like a barbecue or something. So it'll be like just my family, just us. We won't go out to like a restaurant or anything, just to try and keep from coming into contact with any more people than is necessary. But I'm hoping to do some kind of like barbecue in like a park or something in maybe like the end of June, because I'm gonna be moving in July. So yeah, we'll see. Yeah, not getting to walk, which mixed feelings. And just with how like stressed I've been and sad I've been, it's been hard to be like excited about graduating. And I'm finally starting to get that feeling of excitement because I'm so close and I'm just like, oh, like I'm there. But yeah, for a while there I was just like, I'm not even excited anymore. I just want it to be over, which is, not really how I like envisioned my last semester going. No one in school right now envisioned that this is how their last semester would be going. No one anywhere envisioned that this is how like this time of your life would be going for any of us. So yeah. But I'm finally starting to get excited again. But yeah, I really need to do some meal prep because I need to stop eating French fries. I've had an ungodly amount of French fries, an ungodly amount of Beyond Meat burgers because they're so freaking good. Oh my gosh. If you haven't tried one yet, I really encourage you to. I think they taste phenomenal and they're completely plant-based, which is how I typically eat. I eat a mostly vegan diet. I aim for 100% vegan diet, but occasionally I cave and I do not feel good about that. So it's something that I am just, continually working on, working at developing my cooking skills, and I have a ton of plant-based cookbooks as well. So yeah, that is how I prefer to eat. I like the way that I feel so much better when I am eating that way. And I mean, honestly, just like cooking your meals at home, you're probably going to have healthier food and feel better for it. So eating plant-based definitely makes me cook for myself a lot more, and then I can really choose like how I want my food to be. And I really like how I feel when I'm eating a lot of vegetables and a lot of fiber, a lot of whole grains, and drinking a lot of water. And I think most people feel that. So anyways, that's just, a style of eating that I prefer for a lot of reasons. A lot of it is like for my own like personal health, but there are some other reasons tied into there, which is not what this video is about. So we're just gonna leave it there, is that I eat plants almost 100% of the time. Anyways, I need to eat some plants that aren't fried, which includes French fries, unfortunately. I know they're a root vegetable, they're a vegetable, but they're a starchy vegetable, and when you dunk it in oil, doesn't really count anymore. Which, fun fact, that's actually really sad, is that like 60% of the vegetables that school-aged kids get are French fries. 60%. That is sad. Oh, and one of the like top 3 or 4 vegetables that are eaten in America are iceberg freaking lettuce. I hate iceberg lettuce so much. It has like no flavor. The only thing it does is like add crunch and like water, but it's basically structured water. It's like fiber and water basically. There's so many other like leafy greens that you could eat besides freaking iceberg lettuce. Iceberg lettuce, tomatoes in like ketchup and pasta sauce and pizza sauce and stuff like that, and potatoes. Yeah, those are like the top 3 vegetables that Americans eat, which is just so sad. Anyways, we're gonna go clean out the fridge because there's Ed is really bad at eating leftovers sometimes, so we need to get rid of some leftovers. I am bad at eating leftovers sometimes, so we need to toss some things in there and make something new that isn't fried, that preferably includes a few vegetables. So I feel really bad that I'm batching these though, because this little guy, hi, has been keeping me company while I've been talking to myself. Hey buddy, I'm gonna miss you in Missouri. Unfortunately, I'm not allowed to bring any pets or anything like that. Just because I'm gonna be having roommates and everything, so yeah, I'm gonna miss this guy. But let's go to my kitchen. So our fridge is kind of a disaster. These are old leftovers. These are old leftovers. That's old leftovers. That's old meal prep that I just never quite finished. These are leftovers that are all needing to go just because they've been sitting there for far too long. There is some tofu hidden back here that I want to try putting some tofu in the Instant Pot with am I out of peanut sauce? No. Oh, okay, that throws a wrench in that plan. I was gonna throw some tofu in the Instant Pot with some peanut sauce to see if the like pressure cooking would kind of like uber marinate the tofu, and then throw it onto a skillet after that so that it's not soggy, and to try and like maybe crisp it back up a little bit. But I think I'm actually out of peanut sauce for once. Oh no, I have some on the counter that I haven't opened. Okay, whew, we're good. I love peanut sauce, so that was a little mini crisis for me. But anyways, there's some Brussels sprouts in here that I want to chop and roast, and there's some frozen vegetable mix up in there that I think I'm gonna steam in the Instant Pot, and then throw that all together and call it a meal prep. So I'll have veggies and tofu, maybe throw some beans in there for some more carbs and more fiber. Because I love carbs. Carbs are happiness, carbs are life. And so is hummus, especially garlic hummus. Okay, so I think I'm gonna get going on cleaning this fridge out. It makes me really sad cleaning the fridge out when we let it get like this, just because we end up throwing food away. I hate throwing food away, just because you're like kicking yourself, like, oh, I should have used this, and it just feels so wasteful. But I mean, there's no place that I could possibly like compost or anything, which is another bummer about living in an apartment. But anyways, has to be done. Try not to let it happen again. I always tell myself that, and I can go a pretty long time with the fridge looking pretty good and not letting it like build up like this where there's just leftovers that just go bad. But you know, it happens, and I try not to let it happen. But anyways, I'm gonna get cleaning. Okay, we are looking much better now. Also, by the way, this is black cherry soda, not beer. Not that it matters, but in case you were wondering. Okay, yeah, I cleaned out all of the leftovers that have gone bad, a couple other things, like unfortunately some of the produce in here had gotten squishy and disgusting, so some of that had to go, but I think I definitely want to do Brussels sprouts today. Ed got this a while ago because he was curious about it's like red-orange bell pepper. It's like a weird hybrid or something, but he like saw it and was curious about it, so he like picked it up in the grocery store, and he was like, oh crap, like I should probably buy this now, since, you know, just like since it's a pandemic and everything, you didn't want to like touch something and like put it back, you know. But it's starting to get a little funky right here, so I want to use it today so that it doesn't also go bad. I'm gonna grab a slice of sourdough for some toast because I freaking love sourdough. Yeah, so tofu back there that I want to do the peanut sauce thing with. Definitely making Brussels sprouts. Definitely gonna have some bell pepper. I think I also want to see if these onions are still good. We cut them up a while ago because we had like a taco night thing, which I posted on my Instagram. You should totally go follow me there if you want to see more of my food. That's what the salsa, onions, tortillas, we put like roasted potatoes on it, and the base was guacamole. So we put guac, roasted potatoes, Gardein beefless ground onions, salsa. Yeah, it was so good. I really didn't expect it to be as like freaking delicious as it was, but oh my gosh, yes, it was very good, and we definitely want to do it again. I want to use these tortillas up so we got more guac so that we could do that. So I want to see if these onions are still good. Kind of suspicious of them. They look a little funny, but we have more white onions anyway, so we will see about that. There's a bunch of cheese and stuff up here. I don't eat cheese as like a regular thing at all, and it hardly ever does, so I don't know why we have not one, but 2 things of cheese in here. This is unsweetened shredded coconut, which I also need to use more of. Yeah, anyways, looking a lot better. We also have a mad collection of sauces and stuff over here. Yeah, I don't know how we ended up with so many, although some of it are drinks. Like, these are drinks, these are these are rolls. It's not even a drink or a sauce. And like broths, obviously. I don't know how long that Greek yogurt has been there. More drinks, olives, ew. And delicious plant-based sausage. Okay, yeah, so I think I have a plan together. So I think what I'm gonna do with the tofu is I think I'm going to tear it apart instead of cutting it or anything. Because I'm thinking if it's torn instead of cut, maybe the like jagged edges will maybe absorb the peanut sauce a little bit better. I don't know, we'll see, I'll let you know how it goes. But I'm gonna press all the water out of it because it tastes much better when you do that. I'm gonna cut up Brussels sprouts, toss them in some oil, season them and roast them. And then, oh yeah, we have Ed opened a can of refried beans this morning because he wanted some, so I think I might use those instead of like cooking some more beans or like opening a can of beans or anything like that. So I think I'm gonna use those because I don't want those to get forgotten about and to go bad like half the other stuff in this fridge feels like it does. So again, I'm trying not to do that. I'm trying not to waste food. So I think I'm gonna use the refried beans, and I also remembered that I bought a lime because I wanted to do, okay, I had a major blonde moment in the grocery store. I was like, oh, I want to make rice like Chipotle does, do like the cilantro lime rice. This is not cilantro, this is parsley, because at the time, I couldn't remember what else it was besides lime they used in it. So I was like, oh yeah, it's that leafy green stuff. Yeah, so, Miss about to have a freaking college degree over here bought freaking parsley instead of cilantro. But again, I don't want to waste it, so I'm gonna throw it in there anyway, and it'll just be, parsley and lime rice. So I think I'm gonna do rice, beans, tofu, roasted Brussels sprouts, and then steam some of the veggies that are up in the freezer. Maybe just cut this up, and maybe I'll even roast this in the oven with the Brussels sprouts and see how that turns out. Because I'm either gonna pan fry it with a little bit of oil, or I could just roast it with a little bit of oil and see how that goes. So yeah, I think that is my plan. Okay, here is what I'm talking about. This is the coconut manna, whatever you want to call it, or coconut butter. It is pureed coconut for smoothies, sauces, and spread. So, unless I'm misinformed, it's literally just the whole fruit in there. Let me see if I can. Boom! Coconut manna on toast. Still delicious. Okay, stove timer just went off again. I gave these another 15 minutes after that first half hour just to get a little bit more brown, and they look great right now. I did end up putting the chipotle seasoning on them, so that is on there too. So those are done. I'm gonna let those cool down. At the same time, my Instant Pot also just went off, so I just released the pressure, and let's see if it still looks like barf. Betcha it does. Yep, it sure does. Which, again, not too surprising, which is why I'm planning on pan frying it after this and seeing what kind of texture we can get out of them. Okay, so still low-key looks like barf. but definitely have reduced the sauce back down so it's like thicker again. I think honestly I'm just gonna kind of treat it like it's still a sauce and just put it over the veggies. I think if I kept cooking it, which, dude, it's been like half an hour already. I think if I kept cooking it, I'm starting to get a little bit of browning and crispiness in some areas, but I have to leave, like, right now to go make a RPG character for Conan Exiles at my dad's house. So I gotta go. So I think I'm just gonna put this, like, over the vegetables and, like, honestly not even really think of it as tofu. Think of it more as, like, just peanut sauce with extra protein in it. See, it's starting to get a little bit of darker brown in some spots like that. But I don't have time to sit here and keep cooking it for another hour, so I'm just gonna put it over that, and then I gotta go. I actually was licking the peanut sauce and the tofu off the spatula while I was scooping into the containers, and it's actually pretty good. I mean, it's basically straight up eating peanut sauce, which, like, I'm okay with. So that's probably why I still like it. Still does not look appealing at all. I'm definitely gonna try cubed tofu maybe next time so it doesn't fall apart like that, because that just looks so gross. But anyways, it was actually pretty good. But I'm heading to my dad's now. We're gonna make RPG characters tonight for a Conan Exiles role-playing game. And then tomorrow I was kind of taking like a day for myself today just to play computer games, which ironically was Conan Exiles, the like survival game. Yeah, I'm trying to work on my like fortress there, and it's just, you know, grinding, getting all the supplies for it. But anyways, so I was taking today just to kind of like do whatever I wanted, get myself set up a little bit for the coming days with meal prepping and everything. So I think tomorrow I'm gonna make the rice and portion out the refried beans so that that food is like ready and set to go. And then after that, I mean, that's pretty much gonna be the only like not school related thing that I'm probably gonna do tomorrow. Because other than that, it's going to be studying for finals and working on finals. Some of them have like take-home portions. So after that, it's just finals until Wednesday. And then I'll be done. Like, I will be done with my undergrad work. That is insane. I have been in school nonstop since I was in kindergarten, and it's not stopping anytime soon. Like, hello, I'm rolling into a master's program. But yeah, that definitely feels like a really big milestone. So I'm really excited for that. But anyways, I probably won't film anything at my dad's house because I feel like that's just kind of weird. So yeah, I might see you tomorrow if I feel like filming myself making rice. Probably won't be that interesting because it's not even going to be the right way to make the freaking chipotle rice like I was going for, so we'll see. Anyways, bye! So it's been a couple days since I was last filming. I actually got all my finals done. I got one of them done, well, two of them done kind of a day early. I got the one of the two that I had due on Tuesday. Got one of them done Monday, did the second one on Tuesday, and then got the one due on Wednesday, done on Tuesday. So I'm done with all my finals. There's a lot of stuff that hasn't been graded yet for a couple of my classes, literally just two of them, which is really annoying, especially when you're trying to do the, like, what grade do I need on my final math to, like, figure out what you need to keep in A. So it's normal, but whatever. Theoretically, they should have those all graded by Friday, which would be tomorrow? Yes? Are we on Thursday? All the days are just kind of... No, today's Wednesday? Okay, I actually genuinely, like, do not know what day it is. Yeah, today's Wednesday. Okay, today's definitely Wednesday because I went to my dad's house last night after I finished my final, and he got me food. Yes, today is Wednesday! I'm an adult that knows what day of the week it is. Anyways, I want to go for a run. As in, like, I feel like I should go for a run, and I also know that once I'm done with it, I will feel accomplished and happy that I went. But this couch also has me in a loving embrace that is proving very difficult to break. So I'm also having a lot of difficulty finding motivation to get up off the couch. But I'm also like, girl, like, what have you done today? Excuse you, Ash. Oh, thank you. I played Conan Exiles today, and that was about it. So I definitely wanted to, like, get up, get moving, you know, get my stuff together. And I also need to eat dinner, which will be the stuff that I made earlier in footage that I'll be putting in. So yeah, I need to get my butt off the couch. But that's very difficult to do sometimes when you're like, nothing bad is gonna happen if I don't run. Like, no one's gonna, like, know that I didn't end up going on my run. Like, you know what I mean? Where there's just, like, nothing holding you accountable, like, no external things holding you accountable. It can be really difficult to keep yourself going. But that is, again, something that I want to work on and just be better at motivating myself and giving myself more structure. Like this summer, oh my gosh. Okay, so I've mentioned on here before that I'm going to be doing a master's program starting in August, and we have a 30-page long study guide for what they want us to be tested on. Not even the first day of classes, but like at orientation, just because they want everyone to be like on the same page, like ready to go. They don't want us to forget anything over the summer because we're jumping right into new material for the master's courses. So I have that to work on as well. So I do really want to keep like a structure and a schedule this summer for working out, for meal prepping, for working on my own YouTube channel ideas, which I have so freaking many of. And I just never like sit down, make a script, film video, edit them, and upload them because I'm just like, like I would rather play a board game or play a computer game or do something else. And I'm just like, but you want to do this so badly, like why do you keep not prioritizing it? So I need to work on that. And hopefully this summer I will actually like be able to actually upload some things consistently or even semi-consistently instead of once every 2 months. I don't know, we'll see. Not the point. But I gonna get myself up off the couch. I'm gonna go for a run. It's gonna be a little baby run because my calves are weak sauce right now, and I have minimalist running shoes, so you kind of run on your toes the whole time. You do like a mid-foot to forefoot strike, and that is very demanding on your calves. So if you go too far too soon, your calves are so freaking tight for the whole next week that you can barely walk, let alone run. So I'm gonna go for probably just under a mile, which really is like so short. But sadly that is also still like gonna be challenging for me right now, which is really sad compared to like how in shape I used to be. You know, like I used to do half marathons, so I would do like 5, 6, 7 miles at a shot for training. And now like even a mile is like, ooh, like she's huffing, she's puffing, her calves hurt, everything hurts, you know what I mean? Like you don't use it, you lose it. And I definitely have lost it and have not been prioritizing my fitness as much, which again, like I'm not mad that I did that because I was prioritizing my schoolwork and my education, which is very important to me and it's getting at me where I want to be going. So I'm not like mad about the reason why it happened, but it's still frustrating that this is where I'm at now. So anyways, we're gonna go for a run. Been cleansed. I did some stretching right after I ran, and then I did some like booty work with my little like glute bands, just some at-home body weight stuff because there's not a whole bunch else I can do at the moment because all the gyms are still closed, which, you know, are reasonable. Yeah, so shower felt super nice. I'm breaking out like a mofo right now, which I was like, why am I breaking out? Like I never break out. And then my period just started and I just had finals week, so I'm like, oh, duh, like you're stressed and PMSing, like no wonder. Which, you know, they're making their presence known, but it's nothing too major, and luckily it's not any of the like really deep like cystic acne because that stuff just hurts. So, not so bad. Anyways, I'm starving, so I am gonna eat dinner finally. Because I didn't want to, you know, wrap this video up before I like really got a chance to taste that little experiment that I did in the Instant Pot. I still don't think the texture is going to be anything close to what I want it to be. I think it's pretty much going to be sauce with some like shredded tofu in it, which is not what I was going for. So if I do try it again, I will cube the tofu, and honestly, I'd probably like bake it first or something. I don't know, maybe do something to like firm up the texture before it even like goes in the Instant Pot. I don't know, we'll see. If I ever experiment with it again, I'll let you know. But let's take a look at what I ended up with for my meal prep. a lot of brown going on the surface of this, but whatever. That's the peanut sauce with the tofu in it. I put it over the roasted vegetables because, like I said, I was since it really didn't come out anything like a main dish would, right? Since the tofu all just kind of fell apart, I was like, okay, I'm just gonna treat it like a sauce. You know what I mean? Just put it over the veggies. Those are refried beans that I had wanted to use up that my boyfriend opened, so I just doled it out. And then the rice under there, I put the juice of 1 lime, just mixed it in with the whole thing of rice. I made 2 cups of rice in the Instant Pot since I knew it would double in size, so I would end up with 4. So I'd end up with a cup in each container approximately. So that's what I have. I'm gonna heat it up and see how it is. I know I've already had the rice. So I know it has just that like hint of lime, so it has like some flavor. I really don't like white rice all that much, but it's what we have, so I want to use it. But I much prefer like brown rice and more seasoning. But you know, it was just what I had and threw together because I wanted to use it. All right, all hot, all mixed together. So let's give this a taste and see how it is. I'm gonna start with the beans and rice side. There's a roasted pepper in it, but tastes like beans and rice. Tastes fine. Which isn't surprising. You know, it's mostly the like peanut sauce lab experiment that I'm more interested in. But let's see. Grab a Brussels sprout, get some sauce. I don't know if I would necessarily pair Brussels sprouts with peanut sauce in the future, but not bad. Which, you know, is all you need for it to be edible. It's fine. It's nothing like amazing, but it's not bad. Anyway, I didn't really want to wrap this up without letting you know how my little peanut sauce experiment went. But I think I am definitely going to end it here. Thank you for watching my pointless little ramble of a vlog / life update. Thanks for being here, and be safe out there. Subscribe to see more, and follow me on Instagram.